and welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. I'm Deanna, and I'm on an adventure to lose over 100 pounds, and this is the ABCs of Weight Loss. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining today. I am so glad that you are here. And while we wait for people to join us, how about you tell me where you're from and what the weather is like today? Because I am curious about that. So let me know. I'm assuming that everybody can hear me well and everything is good. It looks like it's good on my end. This is Pennytail. She wants to join, of course. She does. Hello to Sherry. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here today. We're just waiting for people to join, and we're talking about where we are and what the weather is like. Oh no, you have a storm. I hope you don't lose power either. That would be terrible. We have sunny and 80 degrees here in Missouri. So wonderful. Alan, hi. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Sunny and 85 in California. It must be early there. Early California. It must be early. Today we are talking about words that start with the letter Y and how they may or may not relate to weight loss. So if you want to put any 5 p.m., only 2 hours behind, okay. If you want to put any guesses in with words that start with the letter Y that we may or may not be talking about today, give me your best guess with words that start with the letter Y. Y was another difficult word. If you thought X was a hard word, Y is, a little bit easier, but a little bit easier, but still kind of hard. Had to get rid of the cat. She's got hair flying everywhere. Yes. That's a good word. And yoga's a good word. All the words are going to be good words. I'm not going to tell you your words are bad. That would be terrible of me. I told you your words are bad. You or yourself. Cheater. She was researching. What we got going on down there? Anyway, researching. Oh my gosh. Awesome. So, yoga. We can talk about yoga for a second. I love yoga. I don't want to spend much time on yoga because I don't like to really talk about, exercise too much, as I like to talk about mindset. But I believe that yoga really helped me with my mindset. It helped me to start believing in myself and to start thinking that I can with different things. So being able to calm my mind and to use that time and space for meditation was extremely helpful. Has anybody here, done yoga and find it extremely beneficial to them, not just in the physical exercise sense, but in a mental sense, and how it helped you with your mindset, the way that you thought about things, just different things like that? Just curious if anybody had the same experience with yoga that I did, because I found it just extremely beneficial. But I did find that with yoga, I had a hard time finding when the right time to do yoga was for me. So a lot of times whenever I first started doing yoga, I wanted to start with it in the morning, and I like to start with walking the dog because the dog is like, I gotta go. So I like to walk the dog, and then I was trying to do my yoga afterwards. But the way that my morning is set up, it was too calm of an activity for me, and I really couldn't be present in the yoga, in the moves, in the breathing, in all of it. It was just really, really bad timing for me to do yoga in the morning. Yoga is definitely much better served for me as an evening activity whenever I'm kind of like winding down for the day, relaxing, taking it a little bit easier after I've had all of the go, 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 go of the day. But as a starter exercise, it just didn't really work out for me unless I wanted to do it before I walked the dog, but then the dog would sit there and just be like whining at me the whole time, and I wouldn't be able to enjoy my exercises at all. So, but I really found that yoga was very, very helpful, and I just can't live without her. Like, she's just got to be on my lap. I just felt like it was really, really beneficial in getting me just, started in believing about flexibility and strength, and then just having that time to meditate and really breathe and think about the food I was eating, the portion sizes, the water, just all of the daily habits that I have in order to be, live this new healthy lifestyle that I'm trying to achieve. It really helped to slow down and just think about these things. So it was so helpful and beneficial to me in that way. Hello, LB. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Drive careful out there. So that's my little thing on yoga. Like, if you haven't tried yoga and you do try it, like, experiment with a few different people and a few different coaches that are going to coach you. Try different times of the day to see which one is going to work best for you, because the first trial that you do, it might not be, it's not the exercise that's really not serving you, but it could be like the time of the day, it could be your mindset, it could be so many different things that are actually going on, not necessarily the yoga itself. So if you haven't tried it and you're going to try it, just try to be open-minded and give it a few different tries, because it might take a couple times for it to stick. Because when you're used to doing faster paced exercises, whenever you're used to walking or running and doing cardio and lifting weights and all these things, something like yoga can be a little bit way different, way different. So just be patient with it if you give it a try. So that's my thing on yoga. So I just want to take a minute. This has nothing to do, no, wait, we'll get to it later, never mind. So let's talk about the word yes. And what I really want to know about the word yes is, how do you relate that to weight loss? So I don't want to put in any input. I don't want to put any of my thoughts into your head just yet. I want to hear how you think the word yes relates to weight loss. How does the word yes relate to weight loss? There's so many ways to use the word yes. 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 These cats. All great minds think alike. Look at that right there in the chat. Yes, I can. Yes, I did. Yes, I am. I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't think about all the things you have to say no to. Think about all the things that you can say yes to. So what are all the things you get to say yes to? Okay? This is a good conversation. What are all the things that you can say yes to? So, things that you can say yes to. I can say yes to being able to fit my seatbelt on more comfortably in my car. I can say yes to chairs and not have to worry like I used to. I can say yes to adventure. Yes. I can say yes to friends because I don't, want to stay at home and hide as much as I wanted to before. I can say yes. So there's so many things that we get to say yes to. So many things that we get to say yes to. Yes to getting off the floor without assistance. There's so many things. So instead of focusing on what we have to say no to, think of all the things that we can say yes to. Yeah. And saying no to something is just saying yes to something else. Saying no to something is just saying yes to something else. Saying yes to hitting your goals. Saying yes to be able to get out. Saying yes to so much. So, yeah. Getting off the floor without assistance. So, some people in the room can stand up just like from regular sitting. They don't have to go to their knees first or whatever. They can just stand up. It's a big thing. Yes to 6:30 a.m. boot camp. Ooh, yeah. With a smile on at that. It might not be the fullest smile, but it's a smile. Saying yes to 6:30 a.m. boot camp. 6:30 a.m. workouts. Definitely saying yes to this. So we're saying yes to so many excellent things. That just really bring us a sense of accomplishment and achievement and joy and stuff that makes us feel good. And before, the funny thing is okay, so before my weight loss journey, I was saying yes to, all of the food and all of the sweets and all of the treats and all of the Netflix and all of the drinks and all of the things. But I was saying no to so much more. I was saying no to feeling confident in my body and not being, ashamed. I was, so many different things, and I totally just my brain just died on me just then. But there are so many things. So many things. So saying yes. Saying yes. And saying yes to really embracing the changes and making them part of a lifestyle, making them part of an identity, making them part of who you are versus a diet and a temporary change and something that isn't going to last. Saying yes to really accepting it as the way that you want to live. Saying yes to the way that this is the way that I want to live. This is the way that you want to live. Yes, I can. Yes, I did. Yes, I am. So a lot of times we can use it just as an affirmation. We can use it just, to remind ourselves of what we are doing or what we've accomplished or many of these things, because sometimes, whenever you're on a weight loss journey and you're in the midst of it, it It can feel long, it can feel hard, it can feel discouraging. But to remind yourself, yes, I did. I did lose 5 pounds. I did lose 10 pounds. I did lose 15 pounds. Whatever it is for you, whatever it is, you did that. You did that. Yes, I did. I did that. And I can do more. Yes, I am in the process of losing weight. Yes, I am learning new skills that are going to help me be the better person that I want to be in the future. To be more in control of food. To create healthier dishes. To eat healthy whenever I'm out and about. To not have to worry about going on vacation and coming back, way over. To learn how to, enjoy the different seasons of life while still, losing or maintaining our weight, because that's all part of it. So, definitely, yes, I did. Yes, I am. Yes, I can. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So, anybody else have anything else they want to say about the word yes? Anything they want to say about the word yes? So I know that I respect everybody and their choices with whatever eating plan that they're on. But what I love about mine is that I can have any food that I want. Yes, I can have that. And I don't have any food restrictions whatsoever. I can eat anything out there. I just might not be able to eat it today, but I can always say I can have it tomorrow. So yes, I can have that. Maybe I can't, eat a lot of it or whatever, but I do enjoy that I can have whatever I want. And the thing is that I don't care whatever diet you're on. I believe that's still true. Yes, you can. It's just, in moderation and in alignment with what feels good and right for you. But it's not, you get to make the rules. You get to make the decisions. Yes, I can have that. So to not feel restricted, whenever we think differently about it, it changes in our head. Whenever you just think differently about it. If it's, if you're like, yeah, I can have it, I just choose not to, it feels more empowering. It feels better in your body, within your soul, within your being, whenever you just feel like, you're so in control. Whenever you start thinking about foods as restrictions and things that you can't have, that's where it starts to kind of like, you want to rebel against it. But if you just think of it in a different way, it's like, yeah, I can have it, I just choose not to. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. It's just not good for me. Not good for me. Not good for me. So that brings me to another why word. Oh, hello. Hi, Mitch and Carlin. Is it both of you or just one of you joining us today? Welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. We're talking about words that start with the letter Y today. Oh, wow. I can have all this stuff. Wow. That's what I love about voluminous foods. Like whenever you just add, like, it's like, oh, wow, look at all the stuff that I can have. Just curious, you never know, so I always like to know. Welcome, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Just helps me out, so hit the like button. So 2 words that start with the letter Y that I absolutely love, and they're on two different spectrums. Yummy and yucky. Yummy and yucky. So, tell me, what do you think is yucky? What do you think is yucky? What is yucky? Throw out things that you think are yucky. Like for me, lima beans are yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Prairie oysters. I don't know that I've even ever tried prairie oysters. Yep, okra's yucky for me. Don't like okra. What else is yucky? What else is yucky? I just like it. I love hearing what other people think is yucky. Love hearing what other people think is yucky. Anything else out there that you think is yucky? I love Jell-O. Jell-O. Bull's testicles. Awesome. Some things you just don't need to know what it is. Liver. Oh my gosh. Liver. Really? Gnocchi is yucky? Pudding is yucky? See, I love this. I love what other people... It's so interesting because we're all so different. And it doesn't mean anybody is wrong, because if you think something is yucky, then you think something is yucky. You know? And I love how different people have these different ideas of what is yummy and what is yucky. It's just so interesting, and that we're all so different, and we have to celebrate ourselves. We have to celebrate ourselves and what it is that we like, and what gets us motivated, and what gets us moving, and what keeps us, enthusiastic and excited, and all of these things. And I just absolutely love it, because what works for one person is not going to work for the same person. So you don't always want to, if you see something working for somebody, you might want to give it a try. But if it doesn't work for you, you can't get discouraged, because we are so different. Just in the things that we eat, we're so different in the foods that we enjoy and the foods that we don't enjoy. I'm always open to foods and to trying foods, and I never like to completely write off foods. Even though I think that there are certain foods that are yucky, I will try new foods again. I will try them if they are prepared differently. I will try them if it's been a while. If it's been 5-6 years since I tried something, I'll try it again, because I swear my taste buds changed over the years, and that there are things that, that I didn't like 20 years ago that today I actually like. That it's just a matter of, learning a different way to cook it, or it just tastes different, or I don't know what it is. Like some things I couldn't even tell you, like how did I start liking this? So I like to be open to trying foods, even if, once upon a time I didn't like them, because now I might. So I always like to be very open-minded with that. I like to be open-minded with my activities. I like to be open-minded with the things that I can learn. I like to have just a growth mindset. Always, be open to new and exciting and different things, because I just never know what I can achieve or learn or find out or whatever. So I'm just I find it fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Raw tomato, yucky. Love raw tomato. I don't love it, and then my grandparents would just slice it up and put it on a plate with salt and pepper and be like, there's your side dish, salt and pepper tomatoes. I only like it on sandwiches, but not as just sliced tomatoes. But I don't mind raw tomatoes in a salad. I don't know. Anyway, raw tomatoes. So, what foods are yummy? Eat some like apples. I love people. Look at that cute shadow of the cat right there. Aww. What foods are yummy? Tacos. Yes, tacos are yummy. Tacos are yummy. What else? What other foods are yummy? What other foods are yummy? I had Indian food for dinner. It was yummy. Ice cream is yummy. Nachos. What is it about nachos? Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. We're talking about words that start with the letter Y, and we are right now talking about foods that are yummy. And I'm just asking everybody to share what foods they think are yummy. Foods that are yummy. Ribeye steak. It's my favorite. My favorite steak anyway is a ribeye. It's not my favorite food. So when you think a food is yummy, is there a physical response that you... Hey Will, welcome. Welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. Nachos. So I'm so glad I just ate. I'm so glad I just ate. I didn't think anything of it when we were talking about yucky foods, but now that we're talking about yummy foods, I'm like, oh, food. So is there a physical response in your body whenever you eat a yummy food? Do you perhaps have an audible response whenever you eat a yummy food? Have you ever done a happy dance whenever you eat a yummy food? Have you ever like taken the bite and did a happy dance whenever you eat? What kind of physical responses do you have when you eat yummy foods? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Yeah, a sound. That's good. Doesn't necessarily have to be in your body. It can be like just a sound, just a movement, just a smile. Do your eyes light up? So your body feels that positive response, and it knows whenever you are reacting that way. So some foods that mouth water, relief, sigh, my eyes roll back. Some foods that I like but don't really get in that yummy category are like broccoli and cauliflower, green beans, zucchini, unless it's prepared really exceptionally well. And I could list some other things, but they don't, I eat them. It tastes good. I like it. It's yummy, but I don't give it that high level yummy response like I do whenever I'm eating like pumpkin pie or a really decadent macaroni and cheese or different things like that. But you can trick your brain. You can trick your brain into thinking these things are like amazing if you start to use those same responses that you get whenever you eat something that's on that extremely yummy list, and you go, like the Campbell's commercial, good, so good, delicious. Like, if you just audibly say these things out loud about these foods that are just kind of like down lower, you can increase your cravings for the foods that are just on the okay list by tricking your brain through these audible responses that you give out whenever you eat them. And I've tried it, and it actually does work. So I'm going to give you some homework and try to do that with 1 or 2 items and see. You have to do it repeatedly. It doesn't work just like you do it one time and it's automatic. But if you do it like a few times, just pick one item, and if every time you eat it, you just force yourself to say, that's so good. Wow, that was so good. And just practice it. You'll notice that you're going to want it more and more and more and more. And it's really great if you're somebody who there's like certain foods that you know you want to be eating more of, but you just have a hard time including them. It's fun to do it because it just tricks your brain into wanting it a little bit more. So this whole yummy thing, it's a weird thing, and it's not going to be, like I said, it's not going to be like an automatic thing. You've got to do it like 5-10 times before it's going to take a hold, but it does work. I have tried it, and it has really increased my cravings and need and want for certain items. And then by hacking my brain in this way, it just makes it easier to make these choices whenever there are, there's so many hyper palatable foods out there that just give you that, what is it? Is it unami? Am I saying that right? I don't know. There's a word for it, but they just give you that yum yum feel with that, whatever. But the foods are manufactured to have that, but I can like hack my brain into, just craving these like natural foods and wanting them more and more and more. So give it a try. The same thing with yucky. So with yucky, whenever you think of a food that's yucky, like that you've eaten, that's like whatever, did it give you like a gag response? Did it like, give you a gag response? Did it make you feel like, ugh? Did you make an audible response? Did you something? So if there is something out there that is something that you don't want to eat a lot, that you want to kind of keep on the I minimally eat this, try to like associate those foods that you want to eat a lot less with like a stomach ache. Like think, oh gosh, the last time I ate that, it really gave me a stomach ache because, I ate too much or whatever, and my stomach was uncomfortable and full, and then I felt nauseous, and I felt tired, and I felt lethargic, and I felt, all these, like, and I physically felt yucky. If we try and associate those feelings with those foods that, we don't want to eat all that often, it helps us to just not think of it as a restriction. We think more of it as, it just doesn't feel good in my body. It just doesn't make me feel good. It just doesn't give me that happy feeling. And it's just another mind hack. I think whenever we learn how to hack our brains and to really change, the way that we think and feel about things, it makes it like so much easier. So, and it might not even be that you're looking at it in the form of the food in general. It might be that you're looking at it in the terms of the quantity of food. So, really thinking about the quantity, like if I eat that quantity, then I'm going to feel sick. Then I'm going to be whatever. And it just gives you a better stopping point. It helps train your brain to stop. Okay, I don't need to eat a gallon of ice cream. I can just eat a small bowl type of a thing. So, just a thought. Just a thought. And I know it's high level stuff there, man, but it's possible. It's possible. And I love talking about brain stuff. Even though I am not trained in this whatsoever, and if you don't believe me, that's okay. Because I'm not trained in this. but I read a lot, and I've read a lot about it, and I've sucked up some knowledge about it. So there you go. The next Y word, because I think I've covered yummy and yucky as far, unless there's something else you want to talk about yummy and yucky, because this is your chat too. You guys are very welcome to throw out your ideas and thoughts and opinions on all of these words. We're all here to just have a nice little conversation about all of them. So don't be shy ever. Don't be shy. So let's talk about another word. Another fun word is yesterday. Yesterday. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. So what just happened here? I feel like my computer's lagging or something. Okay, so be better than you were yesterday. Let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about yesterday in the terms of successes. What were your successes and what were your wins yesterday? And were you able to meet those successes and wins today, or were you able to do a little bit better? Were you able to do a little bit better? I was not. So yesterday my steps were like super duper awesome, and today my steps are not. So I have not met my 10K goal for my steps today, but yesterday I had 13,421. But some days are going to be like that. We don't always have to be better than we were yesterday. Said no to Red Hots. Didn't do better today, but I also didn't sleep, so I'm giving myself grace. Now, yesterday yesterday can mean a lot of different things. It doesn't have to mean like the direct yesterday, but how awesome is that you gave yourself grace? Because like the way back yesterday, you might not have given yourself grace. You might have been the type of person that wanted to, at that point in time, that wanted to beat yourself up for, for being tired, and you want to punish yourself through the being tired versus saying, okay, well, this happened, therefore today, I can be a little bit more lenient with myself, because I know that if I do that, then tomorrow I know that I'm going to be ready to push it even harder and to do all the things that I want to do. But if I just have to be nice to myself and accept it versus, pushing myself, because whenever we push ourselves too hard, we each have to find the right amount of push for ourselves. Because if we push ourselves too far, we're going to reach a point where we just collapse and we stop completely. But you do want to always push yourself just a little bit extra, a little bit outside your comfort zone, but just enough so that you can keep going, not so that you want to shut down. I've ate 4 buns over the past 2 days, but I'm okay. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will always be better. Is that a pukey face? But being better than you were yesterday, just knowing yourself a little bit more than you did, by really, taking stock. So I have my journal that I already packed up and took downstairs. But I have my journal, and every week I do an assessment of my week. How did it go? What were the, wins? What were the successes? What were the pitfalls? What could I have learned from it? What could I have done differently? I always do these assessments to kind of gain some insight into, who I am, what I was thinking, what I was doing, whatever I'm learning. And I used to do it on a very daily basis. Whenever I first started my weight loss journey, I would do it daily. And the next morning I would wake up, I would review the day before and say, this was my wins of the day, and this is what I need to improve. I don't really think I have to do it as much on a daily basis anymore, because I've been doing it for so long So now it's just, a weekly, and then also, monthly, doing an assessment. Taking a look at this and really examining it can be just so helpful. So if this isn't something that you have done, I know that, a lot of us here that are watching this, live, I know a lot of us do, because Mitch and Carlin, they have a YouTube channel. Your pal Misty, she has a YouTube channel. The Grind with Will has a YouTube channel. So Wellness with Frugal Mama, they have channels. So some of us are sharing our weight loss journeys, and so that's part of it. It's part of, doing an update on what your weight is kind of, reviewing your progress and your setbacks and all of that, and making adjustments to, move forward. But so if you're just someone who's just watching, I would really, really encourage you to just, once a week, sit down and write it down, or talk it out with a friend. Find an accountability buddy that you can talk with about it, and just share what your experience was. And it's really helpful if you do share it with someone else, because a lot of times they can see things that maybe you can't see because you're too close to what it is that you're going through and what you're doing. And a lot of times if you share it with someone else and they're, a trusted friend, they can really help you see, like, maybe where you could, make some changes, make some improvements, do a few tweaks, just to help you get, the results and the progress and the things that you're seeing. And they can also help, just be a friend and be supportive and be your cheerleader, and not, a lot of times we get so hard on ourselves, but our friends aren't going to be that hard on us. So it's good to have those people in our lives to tell us, hey, you're being too hard on yourself about all of this. So, sorry about the dog. I apologize. But it's so important. It's so important to review what we did yesterday or the week before or whatever. So, yesterday. I love yesterday. Actually, yesterday was a terrible day for me. But yesterday was not your defining moment. The calendar moved forward. Why not you? This was a quote by Steve Maraboli. Yesterday was not your defining moment. The calendar moved forward. Why not you? So stop dwelling on the mistakes of yesterday. Sorry, I closed the door because dog's downstairs barking at outside dog. Shake off all those negative thoughts of yesterday. Rise and shine. It's a new day. Don't regret yesterday. It is the perfect compass guiding your journey today. Anybody else have any yesterday quotes that they want to share with us? Anybody else have any yesterday quotes? Aww. That's so sweet. I missed it. I'm so sorry I missed it. I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry. And I haven't watched any YouTube at all today either, so I haven't even been able to do that. My job is just keeping me working all hours. Ooh, push harder than yesterday if you want a different tomorrow. Somebody needs to hear this one. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Just do it. And I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. Eleanor Roosevelt. So yesterday, I just think it's always good to kind of think about yesterday. Always good to think about yesterday. So, another word that we're going to talk about today is you. You. How does you relate to weight loss. Like, how? You are in control. You can do this. You got this. Bye. Thanks for joining us. You are worth it. What does future you think? What does future you think? Sometimes we have to think about the person in the future versus who we are today. Because we're not always thinking of our best self. We're not always thinking of our future self. So sometimes we have to like draw from that person, because today we're in a mood. We're having a thing. You are worth it. I know that you're the decision maker. It's really easy to put blame on other people and other situations, and having a bad day and work stress, and our children got us running all over the place, and our jobs got us, feeling all the feels about things and stressing us out and making us too busy. But ultimately, it comes down to you. You get to make the choices. You get to make the decisions. You're the one that's in control. You're the one that is in charge. It's you. And you have to choose instead of, pushing it on to other people. And sometimes that's just a part of learning. Sometimes we're going to make the mistake, and sometimes we're going to make a mistake over and over and over again until we learn. It's just part of it. Sometimes, but then eventually we do learn how to overcome these obstacles. And some of the obstacles are like so much harder to overcome than others. And some of them are hard to remember, because some scenarios in our lives only come up, once in a while. So it's hard to remember, oh God, what did I do last time? And what should I do this time? And how can I handle it better this time? But you're ultimately the one that's, in charge and can make a decision about that. So I'm going to bring up this little thing, because it's not, I know that some people aren't into journaling per se, but this is this cute little one line a day, and it's probably not going to show up. There you go. So this just has the day, and it goes over 5 years. So it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like August 11th, you just write down, in 2022, what you were doing on August 11th, then in 2023, then in 2024, and 2025. And it's really just a fun little way to like write down like what you were doing or where you were at, or little things that might come up in your weight loss or your weight maintenance that might trip you up, especially if it's like anniversary things or birthday things or event related things. But you can like just make little notes to yourself, and then whenever you're going through, then you'll know like, oh, this is coming up and I need to be prepared for it. So it's just a cool kind of different way. But if you look for a 5-year memory book on Amazon, that's just where I got it. If it's something that you think is cool and interesting. But I'm only on my 2nd year of doing it, and I don't really use it for that particular thing so much, but I do, just kind of put one sentence about, what was happening that day, and it's kind of fun. And then a lot of times I skip like days, because like absolutely nothing happened. I'm like, went to work, did nothing, blah. So, but it's fun. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys my little book, my little 1 line a day book 5-year memory book, so that, helps me to remember what I did, 5 years ago, eventually, whenever I get there. But I thought it was fun, and I wanted to share it. So, but you are in charge of your choices. You are in charge of your decisions. You're in control of your food, your exercise, and everything. And you are amazing. And you're magnificent. And you're capable and unstoppable. And you're evolving. And you're wonderful. Even if you don't believe it, you are. I know it to be true. Because you came and you're watching my video, and that's why you're awesome. So anybody else have anything to say about the word you? I didn't really prepare a lot on the word you. I did not prepare a lot on the word you. So, before we leave, tell me what you did today that you are proud of. What did you do today that you are proud of? I got up this morning and did my boot camp at 6:30 this morning, and to be honest with you, I didn't want to, because I woke up this morning and I had a lower back pain, and it was just like whenever I walked the dog, it just kind of felt kind of twingy or whatever. I don't know what to say, and it was just like a little bit sore. I really did not want to do the workout, but I did, and it like worked itself out. Like as soon as when I got done with the workout, it like went away. So between, doing the exercises and stretching afterwards and, getting, I feel like the Tin Man, like I got all lubricated from doing my exercises. I felt better. So I was really proud of myself for pushing through, because it wasn't like a severe pain. It was just like a little, I don't know, one of those things you feel when you get old, I guess. Oh, youth. Who feels younger? Raise your hand since losing weight. Who feels a little bit younger? It's like I just feel lighter on my feet, and it makes me feel like a little bit more youthful. And I think that's one of the cool things about losing weight is that I also feel like I look younger than whenever I was heavier. I feel like I look younger. My body feels younger. So like youth, that, gained youth. So if you need to add to your list of whys, that's a good one to add, is to regain some youth, to feel younger. I think I look older, but I'm okay with that. I don't think so. But everybody has their own opinion. Oh my God. This is the first time you even thought, what if you skipped just the first bit? And you did it, and yay. So proud of you for not. I am so proud of you for not. That would have been so easy for you. Did you have the thought when you were still sleeping? Like when you were like turning off the alarm? That is so big. That's a big deal. If it's the first time that you've thought that and you worked through it, that's a big success. I'm so proud of you. Okay. So that is all we have. That's all we have for the letter Y. So let me know if you try the Yucky Yummy experiment, because I think that should be very, very interesting. Just remember to do a little bit better than you did yesterday and be the best you possible. You can, and you will, and you're doing it. And you're amazing. When the alarm went off, I wanted to snooze, but knew I'd be late. Have a great day. We're pretty much wrapping it up here anyway, so I want to thank everybody for joining me today for the ABCs of weight loss for the letter Y. Next week is going to be the letter Z. What are we going to talk about for the letter Z? I don't know. And we are going to be coming out with season 2 of the ABCs of weight loss, and we are going to start the whole alphabet over again, so everybody can come and join, and we can talk about this fabulous, all these wonderful words. It's been so long since we talked about, words that start with the letter A. But I don't know exactly when season 2 is going to come out, so you're going to have to subscribe. You're going to have to turn the notification bell on so you know whenever I post. But make sure you subscribe so you get notifications whenever I schedule a live, so that you can join us. And I'll try to put something on like my community post to let you guys know. But work has gotten a little bit more crazy than I thought it would this early, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to do season 2. So I'm just trying to work it out, and I just, I wish I could start it up in 2 weeks, but I just don't know if I can. So, but be on the lookout for it anyway. But next week, the letter Z, join us here. Yeah, it's probably going to be a zoo. I'll see you then, but in the meantime, as you know, it's going to be an adventure. Bye. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.